Okay, my friends, welcome. I am going to head back to my spot. That doesn't mean you have to move. I would love for you to be very comfortable. This is the most important part of meditating is finding comfort. So personally, I prefer to get down on the ground. I just love to feel really grounded and connected. I've just pulled a cushion off the couch and a blanket off the couch. So there's nothing fancy about the way I choose to sit. You're welcome to stay in your desk setup. You're welcome to push up against a wall so your back feels support. And you can also lie down. We just want to make sure we don't fall asleep. So when you arrive in your favorite spot, getting comfy may seem easy to do, but very challenging to stay comfy, right? So know that through our practice, if you need to move your hands, your body, your eyes, your legs, just move around. Come back to us, our practice, and your breath when you can. Welcome. I love to start with a little movement. So we're just going to rock around today in your spot. Give a little move forward and back, body long, lifting from crown of head away from tailbone. And then do a little rock side to side. Strong and long in your spine. We want to feel erect in our spine, yet not rigid. We're movable. Come back to the center and take your eyes over your right shoulder. Eyes back forward. Over the left shoulder. I find that once we move a little together, it's much easier to settle into stillness. Come forward, lift your chin just a little bit. Feel your throat stretching. You may want to move around, like wiggle in your bottom jaw, kind of like what you do if you had your ears clogged on an airplane. That can feel really nice when you lift your chin to get a little stretch in your throat and in your jaw. So you come back forward, try to loosen the set of your jaw, unlock your bottom jaw from the top, and drop your chin to your chest, but try to pull it back a little bit so you've made a double chin. Tuck down, soften your eye gaze, and allow the back of your neck just stretch out, wrinkle-free. Come back to me with your eyes, and then before we begin, we're just going to elevate our hands from their position. Give them a little shake. If this ever bothers your thumbs, you can tuck your thumbs in and just shake the other 4 fingers, but you shake as rapidly as it feels good and try to go in different directions. I like to think about like a baby bird who can't figure out how to fly, just kind of flapping around crazy-like. Very energizing and very loosening for our muscles that are always holding something these days. Once you feel a little looser in your fingers and your wrists, drop the hands, maybe give them a little fist, a little wiggle, release them down, and then roll your shoulders back and down, our last stretch before we begin. A few shoulder rolls if that feels good to you, and I'll offer the other way, but only take it if it feels okay. This is tough. Kind of shrugging up towards lobes and then forward and down, the awkward way to move in a shoulder circle. Congrats, good work. All right, shimmy those down again and just land softly. Still tall in spine, but I would ask you to drop your chin back down towards your chest just a little. Pull it back just a little so we feel very long in back of neck. And if you touch that space, there are no wrinkles back there. We're really open in the back of our neck. Options to close your eyes. If you feel very comfy, don't worry, you're safe here with me in your meditative spot. I look down the bridge of my nose and I focus on something still on the floor, and then I'll close my eyes to little slits so I feel like I can still see through my eyelashes, but things have become blurry and unfocused, allowing you to really drop in. The hardest part is over. You have arrived. We've feathered our nests. We've settled in. Finding this comfortable meditative position conducive to staying for a while. Settling into our comfort. And this is our first act of self-care through our meditation, taking the time to really get ourselves adjusted today, asking what it would take to get extra comfortable, being aligned in our spines, yet feeling that sense of ease coming in as we step aside for a moment, heavy in our shoulders, relaxed in our facial features. So comfy that we want to linger. We'll begin nourishing ourselves with our breath. Just simply watch, be the noticer here, how your breath is moving in and out. And I ask that every time you meditate, you come with a beginner's mind, meaning that we hold no judgment for what we see, what arises, what we feel. We approach everything with an open sense of curiosity. We're going to take a big, beautiful breath together. Let's try breathing in through our noses and out through our mouth to begin. Cleansing breaths, an audible sigh release, letting go of old, stagnant, stale, what we no longer need. Let's try that again. In through nose, out through mouth. One more like this, and then we'll continue a simple flow through the nose only. Let's come into the now by temporarily releasing with that big sigh what led you up to this point in your day. We'll come back to that later. For now, you deserve to be right here with your breath and your body. Tapping into what is inside of us, the part of ourselves that really wants to love our beautiful, amazing bodies. Sometimes the mental chatter and the self-criticism tends to take over. So it's nice to come back to our priorities, to what is important. Loving our beautiful body through all of life's up and down. Inevitably, the most practiced meditators, we experience those highs and those lows, those dramatic emotions. What we learn to do and what we cultivate as a skill together is taking a step back, dropping within, reassessing, breathing, and responding in a way that makes us feel really proud of ourselves. Slowing down through our breath. Our goal as we slow down is to deepen with our practice. Breathing in, feeling almost like you could float around. Perhaps you do. Move as it feels good. Sitting a little taller. And then as you exhale, we completely surrender. So you may feel a sense of softening, deepening, letting go. Being curious about how your breath is moving. Where do you feel a response? Do you feel a sense of cool air coming in and warmer air leaving? Are you noticing a rise and fall in your chest or in your throat? A widening and contracting of your ribs, or a movement down and towards your stomach and hips? You know that you will get to wherever you're going today in life, but for right now, you deserve to be in this very moment. Grant yourself permission to really let go, especially if there are some chains or binds that have been holding us back, something that we know we perceive or something that is in fact holding us back. Let's try to release some of that. Step into a new beginning. Be really bold with this visual, this feeling, these thoughts. Release and step forward. Now, if there is something specific that you came to practice today hoping to achieve or maybe to unfold during this practice, feel free to set yourself an intention. It could be a specific state of mind that you're hoping to bring, to inhabit going forward, an emotional state maybe. It could be one step closer. Maybe you're envisioning fulfilling a desire or a dream. Perhaps it's just to slow down and breathe. But if you feel that you have a specific intention, become crystal clear on your intention right now. Give your heart permission to allow it, to really receive it, and to accept it. Let's allow our specific intentions to manifest from deeply within us. So we're going to breathe in. Take a really long, as slow as you can make it, deep breath in. And as you exhale this next time, envision planting this intention in your heart. Plant it like a seed deep within your heart. Beautiful job. Now notice, without even thinking about it, our breath automatically came. It's ever present, thankfully. We're very blessed and fortunate to have woken up today with this amazing breath and have an opportunity to better ourselves together. Our breath itself is a sign of our inherent worthiness. There is nothing that we ever need to do, to be, or to have in order for our breath to support us. We are worthy without even trying. Now, you are worthy on so many different levels and of so much in life, but on the most basic level, we're worthy of this miracle that is our breath. I like to bring that to your attention to remind you of this because it's the most simple way to wake up or take a mid-break through our workday and remind ourselves of how fortunate we are. I invite you to place your hands right over top of your heart. Feel your life-giving breath expanding in your chest. See if you can move your palms. Every breath is a gift, one that requires no payment, because you are worthy. Keep your hands right where they are. I love to breathe into my heart and to really feel my body moving in reaction, or rest them if that feels better to you. Kudos on showing up for yourself and treating yourself to a big dose of self-love through your meditation. I'd like to pose a question to you. Who are you when you are at your very best? So I'd like you to ask yourself that. Who am I when I am at my very best? Let's start a fresh, new dialogue with the universe. We're not going to force any answers. Maybe one will not come to you today, but simply allow anything to come. Who am I when I am at my very best? Give yourself permission to step into this power, the power of new beginning. Release any definitions of yourself and completely step into this present moment. Feel your impact. Breathe into the space that you just felt in your heart. Breathe into your body. Feel the power of your breath, your life force bubbling up inside of you, flowing in and out. Awaken to the now. And I hope that you're able to notice a sense of lightness, of being in the present moment. Sometimes that ripples through us when we breathe and we feel almost floaty. It's that sense of new lightness, new purpose. So we just answered the question of who we are at our very best. Now, are there specific steps that we can take to awaken our highest self? If we don't feel that we are there right this second, this moment is a beautiful first step, reconnecting to your power and your strength from within, reconnecting to stillness and silence throughout your day. Just one breath at a time will help you re-spark this intention. Remember how you planted that seed deep within your heart. So we're going to think about that sprouting. As we breathe, nurture, give ourselves the TLC we so deserve, we will become, embody, and be the very best version of ourselves. Let's take a big belly breath. It's okay if you can't get down there. You can breathe through your chest, through your ribs. Eventually, we'll have our goal to be opening and breathing into our belly, softening and settling in. And as you feel this moment, think of yourself moving like a jellyfish, just expanding in all directions, softening down, opening yourself up, your heart, your soul, your breath and body to the universe. Allow it to embrace you. And as we've set this intention, remember that we have a beginner's mind. So we don't have any pressure on a perceived outcome. Let's just breathe and see where it can take us. If you know you have to jump on a phone call later, or you have a meeting, you're about to walk into crazy kids at home, whatever is headed your way that gives you a little bit of that tightness, that stress or worry, let's set an intention for ourselves to complete one full breath cycle. That's it, just one. Try that with me right now. It doesn't take very long. Let's breathe in together. And any way you want, open mouth or through your nose, breathe out again. Felt pretty good, right? So maybe if we're driving or walking somewhere and we have some extra time, we enhance an intention, not just one breath, but 3 full, beautiful breaths. Let's practice that together. Breathing in. How slowly can you release that exhalation? And again, fill up. Let go. Ride that wave of breath. One more big, beautiful, intentional time. And there are no wrong answers. But what do you feel after you practice like that? You don't even have to have an answer. Maybe feel a little bit more open in your body, in your heart, in your mind. Try that again. Big breath in. Notice what you feel. Now, sometimes when we sit with what we feel, so-called or perceived negative emotions may arise, right? We might feel a little sad, we might feel some worry or shame or regret bubbling up because we've taken time to slow down and sit with what is. There's nothing wrong with that, and anything that arises is true and valid. We're going to hold space with our beginner's mindset, our beginner's mentality, for all of our feelings and enable them to guide us in our decision making. Once we've created space for things that may have been locked away somewhere, hidden away because we didn't have time to sit with them before, we'll feel that we become more in alignment with our truest, highest self. We have to delve in to what is within. Embodying a clearer, more decisive state of being through this self-care. And what I hope that you will experience and notice is that you begin to attract more experiences, situations, people that are more in line with your vision, that allow you to continue feeling cared for, valued, loved, supported. So you're attending to yourself with your tender, loving care, which in turn allows you to show up as your best self more regularly. You've prioritized your mind-body practices. You are embodying well-being. So you'll begin to take yourself and your life experiences to a whole new level. You'll be able to love yourself, be present in and enjoy your life experiences on a whole new level. But only if we continue taking this time to come home to ourselves, to our bodies and our breath. Self-love isn't something that just gets thrown at us or given to us. something that we have to practice, and it's hard to carve out time to do this. We work at it. We come back to the energy of self-love and self-care, especially when we're not feeling shiny, bright, and new. Especially when we're angry at ourselves, if we've made a mistake, which we'll all do more than once in life, especially when you're feeling down about yourself. Come to the practice. Breathe. Tap into the energy, the very powerful energy of your self-care in exactly the state, the moment, whoever you are today, flaws and all. We begin to cultivate this intimacy with our one true love. What did you envision when I said that? Your one true love, the one relationship that you will have for the entirety of your life. Yourself, your amazing, beautiful mind and body. So we have this amazing vessel that we can drop within. Drop into the sanctuary of your body and your breath, wherever it may be resting, wherever you're able to feel it. No matter what is happening around us, our goal as we drop in for one breath or three or more is to ground. Reestablish that sense of pride in our abilities. Come within to your silent space and take refuge as you immerse yourself in your breath. And you may think, well, my space isn't silent. Mine is the monkey mind. It's chattering, there's stories, there's pictures. Same here. But our goal is to notice that. So you did a great job by thinking, well, I've got this going on in my mind. You notice it. And then just like a gentle cloud in the sky on a breezy day, let it float right on out of your awareness. Drop back into your breath. One itty bitty breath at a time. That's all we have to do. Place your thoughts and your plans aside because you know they'll be there. They're always there. We'll come back to them. And if that's too much to ask, some days it is, then we try to rest in between all those thoughts, emotions, stories, and plans. We take a little respite in between them. You have to trust the process. Most importantly, know it's possible. Let go. Surrender to this inner sanctuary. Let your breath be your anchor. So like an anchor would keep sticking into the ground as things try to pull it away, your breath anchors you back into the present moment. What does your energy of self-love feel like? Can you feel it? Does it have a temperature? Does it have a feeling like maybe a buzzing, maybe a tingling? Does it have a word that you would associate with it, a color, a texture? I love to ask myself those questions so I can continue to stay present. How does this feel? How do I want it to feel? What can I remember from my practice to quickly tap back into? We're just going to breathe into whatever we have noticed or felt. And if there's something that you're really physically feeling or maybe thinking, you can place your hand, whether it be over your skull or somewhere on your body that you're really noticing a sensation or an experience so that you can pull that energy of self-love within. The more you focus on it, the more there is, right? So we're just going to soak that up. Soak up that energy, continue breathing and allowing yourself to grow and become more powerful. So whether or not you set an intention earlier, I'm going to ask us all to hone in on one intention together today. Can you make today's practice intention to fully love yourself? All your edges, all your perceived flaws, all your challenges, no matter what, commit to really loving yourself. Congratulations, because you just did with your meditative practice. So then going forward, we'll make it our promise to ourselves to recommit to this. And if there's any resistance to that request, really loving yourself, fully loving yourself, just meet that with some love and tenderness. It's okay. We'll hold it in our intention with the power of love. Offer yourself the light of your own self-love. Hopefully you're feeling a little lighter and more free, a little bit more grounded, focused, and ready. And most importantly for your practices, unconditional self-acceptance. Some days our meditations can feel like a bust. We're all going to be there, or we've all been there once before. Feel open-minded and open in your heart, even just a little bit more than when you began. Celebrate your alignment with the universal flow and becoming one with what the universe has to offer. Let's bring our hands together at heart center in a little prayer position. Lift up tall through the back body, chin tucks to gaze down at your fingertips as a gesture of gratitude. I, my friends, offer my gratitude to you, our meditation community, that we have been given. I offer you blessings, and my light honors yours. Namaste.